Excellency. Thank you very much. Come on, that's it. I'm not able. Now, you want you will not buy over. No, the bay. That's why. In America, we pass on the book. I can't know that he cannot. He probably gave one. Onu rebo la de lo pa ko 7 in the year. Oba la prope. Iya omogu. Agba 21. Let's go mogu.
Your Excellency, we want to repeat again our congratulations to Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
We are happy that it's all over now. It has gone to the end of the road.
Yes.
Whatever controversies or objections or whatever cannot go beyond that. But God has ordained that President Tinubu will be the president. There was no need for always running to courts and everything. I hope Nigeria will be able to come up with a system whereby issues will be resolved than dragging whenever general elections or presidential elections, carried out. It's always dragging and things we were hearing, we were not happy about, whether it's true, whether not true, but president is president. And he's my in-law.
I know.
So thank you very much. And we thank God for your also successful election. We pray for you.
Thank you, sir.
We pray you be successful in tenure. Your cabinet will do well for us, for Nigeria. I don't want to mention something that will now drag me into the controversy of Benin and Lagos. but I cannot help but saying that at least it is in history books that Benin founded Lagos. But when some people will hear it now, they go haywire and say, what is the Oba saying there again? But it is true. Go and check out the records. Maybe not all over Lagos as we know it now, but certain area in Lagos, maybe the nucleus of Lagos was founded by ancestors. The Oba of Lagos will say so. I'm sure you know that he will always emphasize that he comes from Benin. Everybody knows. But the source of Lagos is Benin. Whether any of you here he likes it or not. Maybe they had a contribution to expanding Lagos. Maybe if they had a contribution, played a role, but the source of Lagos, the origin of Lagos is Benin. Look at the names. Eko, in Benin, Eko is camp. There are other names that you can see all over the place. Can't remember some of them now. But I hope that will not drag me already into. I don't really like controversy. I like peace, tranquility. We're all one. We're all together. We are all Nigerians. And that's why it's important for Nigerians to know that diversity is important, is very, very good for Nigeria. If Nigeria were to break up today, it would be like Banana Republic. Nigeria is big because we are together. When they say the biggest country in Africa, because it's Nigeria. It's because the way we are. So it's good to remain like this, but iron out differences that we have. Everywhere they have differences. Let's iron out our own and remain the same, learn to live together. Learn to live together like one big family. We have traditional institutions, especially those that have many wives, and you don't have many wives. You only have one. You are even managing to have. Those of us that have few, even fewer than my grandfather. But we are still there. We pray to God to help us look after them, give us the energy and the wherewithal to look after our wives. We still live together. There will be differences and everything, but as they say, the tongue and the teeth in the mouth, they have differences, but they still stay together. So, Your Excellency, we thank God for Mr. President and his cabinet. I would like you to convey this to him, even though I have done so myself directly, personally, when I went to visit him. On behalf of the Benin royal family, on behalf of the people of Edo State, because we are all one day. Before they cut him off to Delta, he was part of so he still is now. So on behalf of Edo State, traditional institutions in Edo State and beyond, descendants of the great Benin origin, on behalf of all the people, we wish you well. I thank you very much for receiving us today.
Father, on behalf of my entire team, led by Mr. Deputy Governor, the Secretary to the State Government, and members of the Cabinet, let me give His Eminence, the Oba of Benin, the great Benin Kingdom, our royal father, a real Lagos welcome. Let me On behalf of the people and government of Lagos State, welcome Your Eminence and his entire entourage,
His Excellency,
which includes
His Royal Majesty,
His Royal Majesty, or His Royal Majesty, Egba Wesomogun, Egba Governor. Thank you very much. You know, that's the beauty of our culture, of our tradition. You know, we continue to learn, you know, with it. And the Royal Father, sir, you see, the two men that are also with you here, they are your sons, but they are your sons that are doing you proud and well in Lagos. Boji Imokwede is not just a friend and a brother, he's also my co-chairman on a lot of things that we're doing together here in Lagos. He's one of our very, very best, finest bankers, investment bankers that this country has presented. And of course, the Duke himself. We call him the World Duke. The fear of Unduka is the beginning of wisdom. He's a great friend, a man that speaks truth to power, and a man that I share breakfast with once in a while, just to advise me. And I also know my very good brother and friend too, who had chaired the Joint Tax Board. These are all outstanding Lagosians that Benin has bequeathed for us here. Let me, on behalf of all of us, welcome you to Lagos. Welcome you to the state of aquatic splendor. Let me welcome you to the commercial economic nerve center of our country, to the center of excellence. Let me welcome you to the over 24 million teeming Nigerians that call Lagos home. We're indeed excited that you have found time, you know, out of your very, very busy royal duties to come and pay us a courtesy visit in Lagos. We do not take it for granted. We know that the Oba of Benin seldom, rarely leaves his kingdom. And so we're truly, truly blessed. We're truly honored that you find time to come and look at your subjects here in Lagos and to look at all of our modest interventions here in Lagos. Let me say clearly to you that Mr. President is aware that you are coming this afternoon. I was with him about 4 hours ago, and we had other conversations. And the main reason why I said I had to leave is I was hosting you this thing. He said, really? I said, yes. He says I should extend his best wishes to you and that he knows that you'll continue to pray for him. And you also have repeated it here today. And so on behalf of Mr. President, we want to thank you for your fatherly role, for your prayers, for your best wishes for his government. And I'm sure that he will not disappoint you. He will do everything possible to ensure that the real dividends of democracy, that it helps our country to reduce the poverty in our land, to give us a new sense of hope, and to redefine social economic development. In fact, while I was with him, he was actually tiptoeing and looking at his budget, you know, that he's fine-tuning it, and so he's been very, very busy. So I just had to crash into it, and, you know, we had our own conversation. I want to say to you, sir, that we're beginning to see some of his interventions. Just last week, we saw another quarter of GDP growth in the country, right, where the GDP growth has improved from what it was the last 1 and 2 quarter. The third quarter looks very, very well, you know, but we said to him that he still has to do a lot more. So we're believing that with him at the helm of affairs, and like you said, sir, you know, he has clear sight to govern well, you know, and I will believe that he will do a good job. For us here in Lagos, you know, we're the shoulder and the neck of the country, and we'll continue to ensure that Lagos remain home to a lot of people. And I'm sure to some of your in-laws that have also greeted me, everybody, you know, we'll make the place, you know, the ambience worth the while for them. We want to say that you are one royal father that everybody in this country gives a lot of respect and recognition to. You are one royal father that we know stands among equals. And we want to commend you, sir. We want to say that indeed your kingdom it trans out of this country. It's a worldwide name. The Benin Kingdom is a name, is a kingdom that is known in history book worldwide. And I want to commend you that you have not fallen short into the role your forefathers have given unto you. We pray that during your tenure, sir, that even the kingdom will grow in leaps and bounds, that you will see better development, both culturally, both socially, and economically. We know how passionate you are with the heritage of Benin Kingdom, and we know how passionate you are to ensure that you restore that heritage for children and children unborn. And so you see a partner also with us in Lagos. We also are going to conduct you very shortly, and our own very modest attempt at showing what, a great space of culture, art also should be. And we're excited that you have taken out time to also join us here today. Let me say that Lagos is happy with you. There is no controversy at all, sir. As a royal father, you have all of immunity. You have all of you because you are all your subjects, right? And we continue to refer and defer to our traditional institutions because that is what makes us who we are. That's what strengthens us as a people, and that's what continues to make us different from other parts of the world. And so on behalf of our government, on behalf of our people, we want to thank you very much, sir, for coming. We want to say that we're indeed happy, looking at what you're doing all the way in Benin. And I want to say to you and assure you that anytime you feel like coming to relax, we'll also accommodate you here in Lagos, and we'll ensure that. That's why I brought you here on a Sunday, because I don't want you to see the traffic. We're managing it very well, so that you can move freely in different parts of the city. So once again, I want to thank you very much, sir, for coming, and I want to wish you the very, very best in your visit to Lagos in the next couple of days. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Governor. Thank you very much, Mr. Governor, sir. We will now respond.
Would that be good? It's just behind us. Okay, we go to the boss. We'll just come behind time to wait.
Center for Yoruba Cultural and History. It's got a lot of history, and so this will be the main impact. So the whole ground has so many other things. Has 3 swimming. So this is like a shell that is opening, into modern culture and modern art. And this thing is supposed to be rolling and moving, right? So it's like a shell, and it's like lifting the old history into the new history, and you can see all of the cravings around. Origin, the beginning of the Versity, conveys through the myth, poem, story, and song. There are many versions of this fact, which may have heard of others, even within the same.
What's your back?
Issue. So what we tell people here is that the issue that it made us to believe that is bad is not actually a bad God. So it was when they were translating the Bible to Yoruba Bible, God. So but our heaven has some of inhabitants. So these places represent the inhabitants of the heaven. For example, that is Oshe Songo. Yes. So for example, that is how we have this If you look at this, this is our own piggy bank then. Then this we used to get water. So the inscription of all these things are actually written here for people to read about it. That is how we have. Right. So we've been able to display different masquerade here. This is Belede, the female masquerade. So we call it interactive section because we want people that are coming here to stand there and be able to interact with whatever masquerade that you will stand on that place. The majesty.
But we also don't take away a new. So technology is also, we're making technology also a play in the museum. So when you stand on that thing it reacts, you know, and whatever it's doing, it has a sensor that picks it.
Okay. His Excellency.
Yes, is the idea of this market is to show you the idea of Yoruba market. Yoruba market is not an everyday market. It's just maybe once or twice in a week. And the reason is not far-fetched because the farmer, the hunter, they go into the bush and they bring fresh produce directly to the market. And the same issue that they've demonized is not bad because there's what Yoruba call Ishuarin Oja. In the evening, who guides the market is the issue. It's the money of the issue that we are spending. From cowries to coins, from coins it develops to paper, from paper then we have Bitcoin. So this place depicts the marketplace.
So all they have is the poles, the cutlasses of a market square. So move away so that Royal Majesty could see. Yes. So ding guns and all of the things are there as well. You know, that depicts everything that they see in a old traditional market.
To the back of this. So if you have seen, Your Majesty will have seen that in Brazil, in Cuba, in Portugal, they celebrate the Yoruba culture. They celebrate Odun Yemoja, Odun Ifa, you know. So the Yoruba culture is very vast and it's being celebrated all over the world. So that is what this particular section depicts.
From Brazil to Portugal
So here we have.
And you know we have a very strong relationship with Portugal. Historical activity with Portugal and even Brazil. Benin was the first to recognize Brazil. Wow. Did you know?
Benin comes up about the issue. So we always tell people here that issue thing, it is not the same thing. It is actually very different. Issue is synonymous in every facet of the Yoruba life because when they place sacrifices at the junction, it is the issue that we take the sacrifices to Olodumare for it to be accepted. So our God issue is actually a very good God. Your Majesty.
You can tell that in the Christian.
Your Majesty.
The Muslims.
So this talks about contemporary literature. We have a fella. So when, like His Excellency has said, when the museum finally comes up, you will be hearing sound, different music playing, all these places is sound. Then we also have film industry, how Yoruba culture have actually influenced the filming. So this screen is meant to showcase some of the films like this, Buba and Shokoto, Iru and Buba. So we notice that our children, so we are moving from past to present. So the idea here is that our children have taken our fabrics, they mix with other West African fabrics or other European fabrics, and they develop what is called contemporary fashion. For example, this Abetiaja, this is not the usual style, but they've now made it more modern. Our children don't want to wear Iru and Buba again, they want to wear something more stylish. So they take our own fabric, the dye and dye, the ashoke, the different laces, and they make it into contemporary fashion.
So we're working with modern technology. Trying to bring in here. It's an interactive screen. If I stand on it, it will recognize it. You see? It will recognize it. If I move, if I go back, if I come forward, it's just I'm dancing.
I can do this. That's all.
Iyari yare! Iyari yare!
Your Majesty, so we are depicting the future. The end of it is that what we have done is that when the museum comes up, we have a video interactive screen where people can go and tell us about their experience in 20 minutes. So it records whoever has come in here, such that when another person comes in here in another 10, 15 years, you will see the picture of him that, yes, I have actually visited this museum sometimes back. That is why we have.
Also maybe in another life.
So this is the exit from here. I'm going to put on the light for His Majesty.
People can sit down here. People can come and talk folk stories. They can play small music. They can come with a group story or something. They can all sit down. All that place there are restaurants, swimming pool. Yeah, all of it. There's massive swimming pool there. There are restaurants. Modest effort, and he has also enriched us with the story of how Lagos and Benin dates back, into history, and how we need to continue to ensure that the cultural heritage of this country is taken to another level. And Oba has encouraged us to continue to ensure that the very best is what this country deserves, and all of it. So we've had that, at the State House in Marina, not too far from here. And he did ask a question, so what else? And we said, okay, we have a little museum here that is a Yoruba cultural museum that has not been fully open, to the public, but that we can indeed come in here and show the Oba, the J. Randall, Center for Yoruba Culture and Museum, because how traditional the Oba is, to the entire Benin Kingdom, how he has so much passion for museum, for Benin artifact, for Benin, just to also give him a teaser, because we know too well that he has plans, for similar things, and so we're taking him around, and he has seen things, and he's really, really, at the risk of speaking on behalf of Oba himself, he's really impressed with what we've done, and he's happy with what he had seen. He had given us a few suggestions, and the entire ground is really just, wondering that, is he in Nigeria? I said, yes, we're here in Lagos, and we can also still do better than what it is there. So we're indeed very happy and excited that, a first-class, institution of our tradition in Nigeria can find time to come and visit this place, with us, even on a Sunday. So we're indeed very, very happy.
It's been a wonderful visit. I think His Excellency has said it all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I've enjoyed the tour. I've seen many things, and the guide has been wonderful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
I go back,